Good day, viewers. Welcome to another biology presentation. So in this presentation, we are going to answer this question, which is coming from nutrition in plants. So this is your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. So let's look at the questions. So we are looking at our question. The question reads, figure 3.1 shows a cross section of a leaf. So this is figure 3.1 showing the cross section of a leaf. So this figure is having structures X, A, Z, B, and Y. So we have our Roman numeral 1 here. Place the cells X, Y, and Z in order of increasing amount of glucose in each cell after the leaf has been exposed to 2 hours of sunlight, starting with least amount of glucose. So we have been given cell X, we also have cell Y, and we also have cell Z. So they want us to place these cells in order of their increasing amount of glucose, starting with the least. Okay, so after this leaf was exposed to sunlight for about 2 hours. So when you look at cell X, we know that this is the palisade cell, and the palisade cell, it contains a lot of chloroplast. Then we also have the sponge cells here. Okay, then you also have the guard cells. So the guard cells, they are the ones that have got the least amount of glucose. Okay, then followed by the sponge cells, and the palisade cells are the highest. So in terms of listing this cell, starting with the list, we are going to start with the guard cell, which is labeled Y, followed by the sponge cell labeled Z, then lastly followed by the palisade cell with the highest amount. So we are going to start with the Y, Z, and the X. So this is our answer. We'll start with Y, Z, then X. So we have answered our question Roman numeral 1. We move on to our next question. So this is our next question, which is Roman numeral 2. The question reads, give reasons for your answer in A1 above. So they want us to give reasons why we started with the Y, Z, and the X. So when it comes to the production of glucose by photosynthesis, it entirely depends on the amount of chloroplast that is contained by the cell. So when you remember this cell Y, which is the guard cell, it contains the least amount of chloroplast, while the palisade cell, which is cell X, this one has the highest amount of what? Chloroplast. So that is the reason. So here we have said that the production of glucose by photosynthesis depends on the amount of chloroplast contained by the cell. Cell Y has least amount of chloroplast, while cell X has the highest amount of chloroplast. That is the reason. Okay, so this is the reason you have to give, and you'll be able to score your 2 marks. Okay, so if you have any question, you are free to comment in the comment section, then I'll be able to respond to you. So let us now move on to our next question. So we have come to our question B. Our question B reads, identify the part labeled B. So when you look at this leaf, we have the part that is labeled B right here. So this part that is labeled B, this is the airspace. Okay, so part labeled B, this is the airspace. We have answered our question B1. We now move on to our question B3. So our question B3 reads, identify structures labeled A. So now they want us to identify this structure that is labeled A. Remember we said cell X is the palisade cell. Then you can see it as these structures, okay, which is labeled A. So the structures that are identify the structures, so it's plural. The structures that are labeled A, these are the chloroplast. Okay, so the structure labeled A, these are the chloroplast. That is our answer. So I have answered our question B3. We now move on to our next question. So our next question reads, explain the role of the part labeled A during photosynthesis. So remember the part labeled A, we have just said these are the chloroplast. So what is the role of the chloroplast? during what? Photosynthesis. So one thing we must know is that the chloroplast, they contain what we call chlorophyll. And this chlorophyll is just used to trap sunlight, okay, or to trap light energy. And this light energy is going to be needed during the process of what? Photosynthesis. Okay. Apart from that, the same chloroplast, this is also the site where the process of photosynthesis takes place. So we can say that part A, it contains chlorophyll, which traps light energy needed for photosynthesis. It is also the site of photosynthesis process. So that is our answer. So here we have said part A contains chlorophyll, which traps light energy for photosynthesis. It is also the site of photosynthesis process. So that is our answer. We now move on to our next question. So we now come to our question 5. Our question 5 reads, state 3 differences between respiration and photosynthesis. 3 marks. So the first difference that exists between photosynthesis and respiration is that when it comes to photosynthesis, light energy is required, while in respiration there is no requirement of what? Light energy. So that is our first difference. So we have said, number 1, light energy is required for photosynthesis to occur, while light energy is not required for respiration to occur. Okay, so that is our first difference. Our second difference, we can say that in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is a raw material, while in respiration, carbon dioxide is a byproduct. Okay, that is the second one. So okay, we have said that in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is a raw material, while in respiration, carbon dioxide is a byproduct. So when you look at the process of photosynthesis, we are simply saying carbon dioxide, it's actually a reactant, okay? But in respiration, it's a byproduct. So that is the second difference that exists between respiration and photosynthesis. Now, let us look at our third difference. So the third difference here, we are saying that when it comes to photosynthesis, the enzyme reaction is required, or enzyme reactions are involved, while in respiration, enzymes are not involved. So here we have said that photosynthesis involves enzymatic reaction, while enzymes are not involved in respiration. So these are the 3 differences between respiration and photosynthesis. Note that there are other differences that I have not listed here. Okay, so we have answered our last question. These are the 3 differences, and you'll be able to score your 3 marks. So we have come to the end of our session. Thank you so much for having time to view this content. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye bye.